It starts with a Tuesday morning, nothing dramatic. You look in the mirror and something just feels off. Not sick, not broken, just less energy. Less drive, less sharp than you used to be. So you go to your doctor, you get the bloods done, and he looks at your results and says, everything looks normal for your age, as if feeling like a slower, heavier, foggier version of yourself is just something you're supposed to accept now. Here's what I want you to know right now, it's not. Your body isn't failing you. It is starving for the exact nutrients it needs to keep producing testosterone at the levels that make you feel like yourself. And right now, every single day you eat the wrong things, that number quietly drops a little further. The good news? Food helped put you here, and food can bring you back. Here are the 7 things your body has been starving for. After the age of 50, men lose roughly 1 to 2% of their testosterone every single year. That doesn't sound like much, until you do the maths and realize that by the time you're 60, you could be running on 80% of the hormonal engine you had at 40. And testosterone isn't just about one thing. It controls your energy levels, your muscle mass, your mood, your mental sharpness, and yes, your drive. When it drops, everything drops with it. But here's the part that most doctors never explain to you. A huge portion of that decline isn't inevitable. It isn't written into your DNA. It's nutritional. Your body is missing the raw materials it needs to produce testosterone, and your diet is either helping or it's actively making the problem worse. By the end of this video, I'm going to reveal one specific mineral that the majority of men over 50 are severely deficient in, and without it, your body physically cannot manufacture enough testosterone no matter what else you do. So stay with me through all 7 foods, because that reveal is worth waiting for. Food number 1, eggs. Testosterone is built from cholesterol. That's not a typo. Your body takes dietary cholesterol and converts it into testosterone inside your testes. Eggs are one of the most complete sources of that cholesterol, along with vitamin D and healthy saturated fat, all 3 of which are critical for hormone production. What this means for you is simple. If you've been avoiding eggs because of old heart health advice, you may have been accidentally starving your testosterone. Eat 2 to 3 whole eggs a day. Keep the yolk. That's where all the good stuff lives. Food number 2, oysters and shellfish. Oysters have the single highest concentration of zinc of any food on Earth, and zinc is not optional when it comes to testosterone. Your brain sends a hormonal signal to your testes to produce testosterone, and zinc is what makes that signal work. Without it, the message never gets through properly. What this means for you is that low zinc equals low testosterone, full stop. And most men over 50 are not getting enough. Even tinned oysters twice a week will make a measurable difference. Food number 3, fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. These fish do 2 things at once. First, they're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce cortisol in your body. Cortisol is the stress hormone, and it is testosterone's direct enemy. When cortisol is high, testosterone is suppressed. Second, fatty fish are one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, which functions more like a hormone than a vitamin in your body and has a direct relationship with testosterone production. What this means for you is that 2 to 3 servings of fatty fish per week is one of the most powerful dietary moves you can make. Tinned is absolutely fine. Food number 4, pomegranate. This one surprises most men. A clinical study published in 2012 found that drinking pure pomegranate juice daily raised testosterone levels by up to 24% in just 2 weeks. It also reduced the stress hormone cortisol at the same time, which gives it a double effect on your hormonal balance. What this means for you is that 1 small glass of pure pomegranate juice, not the sugar-added kind, each morning could be one of the simplest upgrades you make this week. Food number 5, dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, Swiss chard. These greens are rich in magnesium, and here's why magnesium matters specifically. A large amount of the testosterone in your bloodstream is bound to a protein called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Testosterone that's bound to SHBG is locked up and unusable. Magnesium helps break that bond and frees up your testosterone so your body can actually use it. What this means for you is that you could have reasonable testosterone levels on a blood test and still feel terrible because most of it is locked up. 1 large handful of leafy greens daily, raw or cooked, starts to fix that. Food number 6, extra virgin olive oil. Inside your testes are cells called Leydig cells. These are the actual manufacturing sites where testosterone is produced. Olive oil feeds and supports those cells directly. A study showed that men who replaced their regular cooking oils with olive oil saw a 17 to 19% increase in testosterone levels. What this means for you is that the fat you cook with may matter more than any supplement you're currently taking. Make the switch today. Throw out the vegetable oil and replace it with extra virgin olive oil. Food number 7, Brazil nuts. Just 2 Brazil nuts contain your full daily requirement of selenium. Selenium is a trace mineral that plays a direct role in testosterone synthesis and sperm health. Most men have never even heard of it, but deficiency in selenium quietly tanks hormone production in the background. What this means for you is that 2 nuts a day is genuinely all you need. Don't overdo it. Too much selenium is actually harmful. 2 nuts. That's the dose? The testosterone killers. Now here's the problem. You can eat every single one of these 7 foods and still see almost no improvement if you're also regularly eating these. Alcohol. Even moderate drinking raises estrogen and suppresses testosterone within hours of consumption. It's not just the hangover. It's the hormonal hangover that lingers for days. Seed oils. Vegetable oil, sunflower oil, corn oil. These are highly inflammatory, and they disrupt the hormonal signaling your body relies on. That's what you're replacing with olive oil. Excess sugar. Every time your blood sugar spikes, insulin goes up, and high insulin directly suppresses testosterone. Ultra-processed food, white bread, sugary drinks, they're all working against you. And processed soy products. Soy contains compounds called phytoestrogens which mimic estrogen in the male body. Small amounts are probably fine, but a diet heavy in processed soy products is a problem for testosterone. Now, the mineral I promised you at the start, the one that most men over 50 are severely deficient in. The one that controls whether your body can actually use the testosterone it produces. It's magnesium. Studies consistently show that up to 80% of adults over 50 are not getting enough magnesium from their diet. And here's why that's such a big deal. Magnesium directly lowers your SHBG levels, which is that protein I mentioned that locks up your testosterone and makes it unusable. You could have a decent testosterone reading on a blood test. You could be doing everything right. But if your magnesium is low, most of that testosterone is sitting there bound up and doing nothing for you. Leafy greens, dark chocolate, pumpkin seeds, and almonds are your best food sources. And if you're serious about closing the gap quickly, a magnesium glycinate supplement before bed is one of the most well-supported and safe options available. The story moment, I want to tell you about someone I know, a 58-year-old guy, former athlete, someone who'd spent his whole life being physically active and disciplined. He came to me genuinely frustrated. He was training. He was sleeping 8 hours. He wasn't doing anything obviously wrong, but he felt, in his own words, like a shell of himself. The energy wasn't there. The drive wasn't there. He didn't recognize the man in the mirror anymore. We looked at his diet together. No eggs, he'd cut them out years ago over cholesterol concerns. No leafy greens to speak of. Cooking with vegetable oil every single day. No fish unless it was heavily battered. He was eating plenty of calories, but he was starving for the things that actually matter. Within 6 weeks of making just 3 of the changes I've described today, adding eggs back in, switching to olive oil, and getting leafy greens in daily, he came back and said something I haven't forgotten. He said, "I forgot what it actually felt like to feel like myself." That's what this is really about. Not a number on a blood test. It's about feeling like the man you know you still are. Conclusion: 7 foods, 1 mineral, a handful of simple swaps. That is the entire plan. No extreme diet, no expensive protocol, just giving your body the raw materials it has been missing and getting out of the way. Now I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments which one of these 7 foods surprised you most? Or which one are you already eating? I genuinely read every single reply, and I'd love to know where you're starting from. And if this gave you something useful today, something you're actually going to act on, then subscribe. I put out 1 video a week built specifically for men over 50 who want real science-backed answers, not generic advice. You deserve better than it's just your age. See you in the next one.